What is up, guys? It is Son of Tidy Whitey, and today we're going back to a another standard video, and I have a really cool video for you guys. I have Izzet Spell Slingers, and you can see the deck here. I'm so sorry, I just completely forgot to change my stream name. It's more like Izzet Aggro, actually. I can't spell. Sorry about this, guys. So basically, the deck wants to. Okay. All right. So basically, we're playing only 20 lands, and we're just trying to go super duper aggro. We have 4 opt, 2 Spectral Feather. This card can actually do more work than Terramander most times. The draw card is really, really nice when you flood. Unsummon, 4/1 summon, nice tempo play, good against pretty much every deck. Crash Through, 4 of, just cycles itself, it's a sorcery, you just cast it. Sandwich Sprint, really good if you have, like, let's say your Dreadhorde Arcanist swing, you have 3 mana, your Dreadhorde Arcanist swings, gets back like an opt or whatever you played on 1 from your graveyard, and then you can cast Entity for 2. No, I don't even know how it works. No, but if you have 4 mana, you can play a spell like an opt or Crash Through or something, play that entity and then haste it. That's pretty dang good too. So this card's just nice for some of those creatures. Arcanist, getting to pump Arcanist so you can get back an Ether Gust is a pretty nice effect. Shock, it's a great thing, great kill spell, very efficient removal, can hit a face if it really needs to, and comes back with Arcanist. Dorat, absolutely fantastic card in this deck. Gets really big really fast. It has flying and haste, and it's cheap. Arcanist gets back opt, unsummon, Crash Through, Sandwich Sprint, Shock, a bunch of things for it to get back. Gives you another trigger on the Dorat and lets you play the spell again. It's just more value. Riddle Form, actually surprisingly better than it looks. It's pretty much a 2-mana 3/3 with more upside, and that's totally fine. Ether Gust, good against the Sultai matchups that have been, ultra powerful, and anything playing green usually gets boarded out in game 2 for just like better counter spells. 1 copy of the Royal Scions, just decent card in general. The high, the curve topper for the deck kind of. It lets you cycle through some lands you don't want. Giving Dorat Trample is kind of nice. Giving Dreadhorde Arcanist to pump is nice. Storming Entity, it's 2 mana if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, and it's a 3/3 flying prowess that scries 2 when it enters the battlefield. Just ultra powerful card. Usually you can get it out for 1 mana on the instant or sorcery and then 2 mana on the spell. It's just super powerful. Only 20 lands, as you can see. We don't really need too many lands. We have 1 3-drop, and I guess these are kind of 3-drops. But so yeah, we can put these here. These are 3-drops. We have a bunch of ways of drawing cards too, so we can find lands. 4 temples, which I thought was very interesting, but it actually works. 4 shock lands, and then the 6 of each. This is my own sideboard. We have 2 miscasts. Let me do this. We have 2 miscasts. Pretty dang good at just efficient counterspell. Takes out most threats. Definitely good against like the Sultai matchup and stuff. Red Cat melee, base red decks, mirror matches. Stuff like that. Narset's Reversal, good against Thought Distortion. Actually, that's the only reason it's in this this deck, this sideboard, is just because if I'm playing Sultai on the draw, I will board this in. Because if they go to Thought Distortion and I Narset's Reversal it goes back to their hand, and then I Thought Distortion and take it back from their hand. So it's pretty much a counterspell, plus I just use 2 mana to take out their entire hand and waste their entire turn. So it's a super duper powerful card against Thought Distortion. That's how we're playing it. Negate, just another decently efficient counterspell, good against the Sultai matchups, whatnot. Lava Oil, good against mono green. That's usually what we'd board this card in against mostly. Creature-based decks, maybe mono red, stuff like that. Against mono green, we want this to kill Questing Beast efficiently, and after board, we can kill the Ceratops. Scorching Dragon Fire, another efficient removal spell. Good against creature decks, yeah. Brazen Bar, 1 of, against Shark Typhoon decks that need to be bounced, like that we need tempo against. And then 2 Narsets against Sultai. Nice little curve topper, can find us like opts and stuff just to keep cycling through our deck and triggering our Dorat. Yeah, this is pretty much a deck. It doesn't look as good as it does not look as good as it is, but trust me, it is definitely amazing. It is also amazing if you're balling on a budget. While the lands are kind of a necessity, it's still, what, 8, 12, only 16 rares, which is a lot less than most decks, and then 1 mythic. 16 rares, 1 mythic, that's just amazing. And the sideboard is, I guess, 2 mythics. 16 rares, or 18 rares, 2 mythics. We don't necessarily need there's 18 rares, 2 mythics for a decently consistent deck, or not decently consistent, a definitely like consistent deck in mythic. So why not, right? Like, all right, let's run this. Ugh. I don't know why I'm mulliganing so much more often than I usually am. Have I just been getting lucky? 12 best of 3 games in a row? I seriously doubt that. I'd like to go Royal Scions and just pump the Riddle Form next turn. This is non-creature spell, right? Okay. I'd be a little annoyed at myself. Okay, Mardu, why can't I just play against a nice Sultai deck? I know the last few videos I've played Standard, I've been like, I hate this Sultai deck. Horrible. And now I'm like, I want to play against it. Show me the Sultai deck. But, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. All right, we have a nice target for shock. We shall play Dora. We shall shock the Levo Strider. Levo Strider. Shakalaka. And swing for 7. Pump, please. Trying to put a nice clock on our opponent here, which would be next turn. Like, that's pretty dang good. Do something or die. It looks like die. I don't know what he can get. Kitesail Freebooter doesn't even save him. Yeah, it's over. Alright. That was a turn 5 kill. With like a few cards. Okay, Ether Gust is not as good as it looks. Rick MLA is better. Brazen Bar Slam. Scorching Ironfire is actually also fine. What would we take it out for? Mason on summons? No, I think we're fine. I honestly, Scorching Ironfire is decent against them, but I don't think I care too much about killing their things as much as I just want to erase them in the air. When the deck becomes too based around killing all their things, then you start to just get worse. Unless we're playing against mono red, in which you can play like one of the Dorats and then grow it and grow it and grow it. Just, you know, hold that back for blocks. Oh my god, what is this madness? Okay. Well, that was very interesting. I didn't even look at this hand when I kept it, so I would not have kept it if I had looked at the hand. And then we get flooded. Look at this, look at this, look at this. 3 lands into the bottom. That's 6, and then that's 6 lands. Why are we getting 6 lands? That is so, like, you know, like, against the odds. Oof, red cat melee. Oof. Your Kitesail Freebooter here won't do shit. Won't do ship. Won't do ship. Gonna go for the Arcanist here. I could have went Opt Stormwing Entity, but I'm not gonna do that now. If he doesn't kill my Arcanist, I'm just gonna play Opt. Dang you. Darn you. Not gonna play Opt. Kinda need it. This says nope, instant sorcery. Oh. Ooh. Entity. Scry 2 and then haste it. I like this one. Swing for 6 in the air. Big swings, and he might have a Heartless Act, I guess, but he doesn't have white. Ghost Rider, nice. Okay, we'll just interact with that. Riddle Form. I'm playing it before. I don't really care about making it in your creature, but I'm just trying to trigger prowess. Decline. Don't want it to be a creature. It doesn't do anything whether it is or isn't, but because he's tapped out. But I mean, if let's say, I don't know, I don't know what he could have had there. Okay, last step. All right. We just hit the hope and pray that we're not going to get absolutely poked by a Winota. That's 2 red cap melees out of his deck, and okay. Scry. Yeah, that gets him. Alright. We just need an instant sorcery spell to make the riddle form into a creature so we can swing. Doing that there, I think if we could have bluffed him into scooping there. we legitimately probably could have bluffed him into scooping there by doing what we did, except without having, like, if we had seen a land and scryed it on top and then said good game, I bet we could have got him scooped there. And you should definitely think about that before you start scooping games. Like, maybe if you're in a position where you're going to die no matter what, unless you top deck like a shock with they're at 2, and then you're playing if you're playing mono red and they're at 2, and standard mono red and they're at 2, and then they have like a way bigger board than you, there's no way you're getting over even with a cleave or anything, or Torbrand, whatever, and then you I don't even know how you would scry on top of it. If you look at the top card of your library and you put it on top and you say good game, I guarantee you some people will scoop. Like, people do that. Okay. Could this be Sultai? Probably not. Sultai doesn't play temples, I don't think. Okay. Shock now. Don't like playing these spells before, unless I have an Arcanist, which I do have an Arcanist, but I want to see what I'm playing against first. Oh, would have been better to unsummon. Unsummon. Tap land? It is Team Adventures. Okay. So we're going to go land. Arcanist. We can get back Shock, but I think he's just going to play his Lovestruck Beast or Clover. We'll see. Lovestruck Beast. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, broski. Run out the Royal Scions. Pick them up. Draw a discard. Do we want this sprint? I think so. We'll discard the land. No attacks. This thing can still block. And it probably will be swinging next turn, because I think they usually have 2 Lovestruck Beasts. Just, or at least a 1/1, like maybe the Edgewell Innkeeper or something, This gives first strike, though. Okay, so next turn, we could pop the Arcanist and swing. And then if he goes to blocks, we'll just Samet sprint and we'll just kill the beast. Plus, if we get a land, if we kept that red land, big oof. We probably could have bought him to sprint. I don't know what we're doing with 2 of them. That's why we're only playing 2 of them. We don't want a lot of them really. But I do feel like every time I get these Royal Scions, they do like some work. Ooh, it'd be really bad here if he has like Edgewell Innkeeper into any of the 3-mana adventure spells. Brazen Borrower. Sure. Fey Wishes. Royal Scions. We can definitely just get a crash through here. I will not. I'm totally fine with just getting a crash through here. No attacks. End the turn. We can bounce if he has Ignite Lovestruck. We can now bounce the 1/1 that he gets off the 1/1 token. So now we have some answers to a Lovestruck Beast, or to him making a 1/1 so this Lovestruck Beast can attack, which is quite nice. And he's running out of cards, which is something that Team Adventures really doesn't want to do. It would be really bad here if he has to Return to the Wild. Okay. You do you, buddy. Apparently what he does is continue to bounce and bounce and bounce my Royal Scions. That's okay though. Royal Scions. I think we'll be discarding this island in search of a mountain, which we so brainlessly discarded to a different. Ooh. What do we got in here? I was gonna say if we keep this island and then we hold up that, I'm gonna discard the Sandwich Sprint here. If only the Woodpecker sighs. The bark on the trees was as soft as the skies. Ooh, I do like that poem. Alright, well now we're starting to actually have a threat in the air from our opponent, whereas he's going to flash out a Brazen Borrower here and smack our Royal Scions for 4. We do have Storming Entity to start blocking both of them, really. I don't think he's going to swing into a 3/3 prowess when I have, you know, these, so... If I really need to, I can take up the Royal Signs, +2/+2 first strike trample on this boyo, and then when I swing, just give it a Sandwich Sprint from the grave. Alright, scry land. At least it's a land and not like a spell, okay? Bottoms. Nice. Alright, passes. We will untap. Ooh, there's a Dorat. No, 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 no. Alright, we will pump the Arcanist. I love how it does this, like, I don't even know what that word is, like, friction or whatever against the, or coming out of the card. When coming out of their ability. It only does that when you do the +2/+0 though, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it works for when you draw a discard. No, we don't need the tap land. Why? First strike trampler. I'm gonna come in for 5. Third Brazenbauer, or is he only getting priority just because he has a Brazenbauer? I was thinking about discarding 2 cards for his Fae and getting back, like Escape to the Wilds. That's another answer. That'd be actually quite annoying. That would be quite annoying if he does that here and just gets Escape to the Wild. Alright, come on. Storming Entity. It's also nice. Like we just spent 2 mana on a 3/3 flying prowess that scries 2 when it enters the battlefield. We don't want that. We do want an opt. Opt is just a nice blue card that can cycle itself over. And then we can hold up on summon. Oops, I guess we made a slight misplay there. It's okay though. It's okay though. We will definitely not be bouncing Brazenbauer or Fey Wishes. So we'll probably just resort to bouncing a Lovestruck Beast to get prowess and thing on that. Oh my god, a third one. Or is he doing the Fey Wishes thing? He's doing the Fey Wishes thing. Okay. That's gonna be a problem. I mean, he's gonna have to take off his entire turn to do it. But if his hand was just 2 lands, then... like, that's pretty bad. He's taking off, I think most, you know, he's going to play the Granted and then the Creature. And that's it. Right? And I guess now he can't really interact with our Royal Scions anymore, just because I think Dorat will I think I'm fine with Dorat trading. It's going to have to eventually, right? Yeah, goes to the adventure. Probably getting an Escape to the Wilds, or maybe a Clover. But I think all 4 Clovers are in main. Gets a Domri's Ambush. Ooh, someone's in for a very, very mean surprise. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. We're gonna fizzle your 1 spell that you just wasted your entire turn to get. Yeah, we're just going to absolutely waste his entire turn with a 1 mana bounce spell. This card can be surprisingly powerful sometimes. Like right now, we're going to go Domri's Ambush, and we're just going to go bounce, and our creatures are going to survive, and we're going to fizzle one of the spells, especially if it's like a Brazenbauer or something, and we just like completely like, take it out. Yeah, okay. Damage equal to its power, right? If it was fight, then I was like, fine, I guess trade, but... well, now he can't do anything. He's tapped out also, by the way. Oh, he must have a land, too. That's really cool. He drew a land. Now we're feeling good about ourselves. What do we have here? We have a shock. I think we'll go for the shock. Shock the Brazenbauer. Get some prowess triggers. Probably just block our Dreadhorde Arcanist. That is fine. Let's opt. Let us opt. That's 2. That's another 4. Oh, we got dangerously close to just winning the game here, right? Because that's another 4 would be 8, 13. He would have 2. If we had pumped with the Royal Signs, he would have been dead here. Ooh, that's just bad math on our part. I think we get it while we can because he has a Brazenbauer. Flashing a good game, see if he scoops. Aw. If we'd pumped, we would have won. Cycle crash through. Look at that. That's 4 triggers of prowess in one turn. That's kind of insane. Yeah, we're ending up doing it anyway because we want to just keep our crash through. That's a big oof. That is a ultra large oof. We would have won that game just straight up if we had pumped, and I didn't think to do it just because I didn't know what was going to happen and I didn't do proper math. Brazen Mirror bounces. Okay. Should have bounced Storming Entity. It doesn't have haste. This does. But that's totally fine. Plays a Fave Wishes. And does not have a double blue. Okay. He now has just a Fave Wishes to block. And we have now an unsummon. GG's, Burskies. GG, Bursky. GG, Bursky. We would have been dead. He would have been dead anyway, but like I could have went Dorat, Royal Silence. Who would have been dead. Alright, on the draw. What do we want on the draw? We want to hope and pray that same game happens again. Also, miscasts are cool. And I don't like Ether Gusts at all against these guys, just because they kind of suck. With no main deck, with no interaction for the thing until we're on the play, I do believe that we don't want to actually board in these negates as much as if you want to just board in like a Narset. Narset does a good job of bullying Edgewell Keeper, which I don't think will survive because we have shocks and a bunch of ways to draw into those shocks. So if it should survive, we do have a Narset to hopefully keep it in check a little bit more. We can keep this in. There's a keep off the straight up keep, you know? It's kind of nice. Getting a bunch of quick wins here. Also, I think I know why he's playing Temple here, and it's because or the guy who built this deck was playing Temple here, is because on turn 1, when you play any of these spells, it feels like you're just losing value because your Dorad doesn't get that ability. And most of these spells are just cycling themselves, like especially like Crash Through, Opt. They're just cycling themselves. I mean, I get it if you're shocking, but what are you gonna net, like 100%? Oh god, I really need to shock that. Like, except unless Edgewall Keeper, I guess. But like, let's play on top land, Dorat, and go to combat here. I know he has a stomp, and I want to see if I can get him. If he goes to 1 stomp to the Dorat and 1 stomp to my face, then I can counter the stomp that was hitting the Dorat. And that is the biggest of brain you've ever seen. Now look at this, look at this. He's going to go to stomp my face, right? We're going to let that one resolve, and then we're going to miscast the original Bone Crusher so he doesn't get... We missed the Riddle Form attack, but we kept our Dorat and we countered a Bone Crusher Giant. That's totally fine with me. And we left our Dorat alive. All he did there was stomp our face for 2, which is not bad at all. Beanstalk Giant get 2 lands. Blue what? Blue red. Okay. Goblin Electromancer? Whoa, that's actually a pretty cool tech from our opponent. I've never thought of doing that. That's actually kind of cool. Goblin Electromancer, ladies and gentlemen. Is that a shock for the Electromancer? It is. It is a beautiful, delicious, high-quality, state-of-the-art shock. We will Storming Entity first, of course. There's a Crash Through. Shakalaka, this bad boy here. Decline. Wow, we are really enjoying this now. Look at that. Boom, pow, and he's at 11. We have a mighty wide board. He needs to have a freaking bounce spell. Can he find it? He did find it. He's gonna have to pay some life for it though, which is nice, but he does have a bounce spell. He can bounce our 2 threats, Dorat and the Storming Entity, and then we're feeling kind of bad, but or he could play this tap. Nope. He knows. He knows. He knows. Bounce Dorat, bounce Entity. Okay. Whatever you say. Broski. Okay, I think we're going to go Dorat into... or we can just go like Narset Swing with the Riddle Form. We want to put out a creature here. I wish we could put out both, but I know we can't. Unless we draw a land off of the Crash Through. I think that's just fine. Going Crash Through Entity. Entity seems like it's actually kind of better than Dorat here in this position. Ooh. Yeah, we can go Entity and we can Crash Through again should we need to. A Temple. No. No. Alright. Combat. We're gonna keep this because we're kind of lacking cheap 1-mana spells to activate our Riddle Form and Entity, so right now we just need to put him in a crappy position, which is what we're doing. He needs to find an answer, and he has 2 draws to do it. Gonna play the Brazen Borrower most likely. Blocks things from flying. Alright, 5 lands, he's gonna draw, pay 3 mana, draw 2 cards, and put out a blocker, but that is not very reliable when we have a Crash Through. Now what can he do here? We must hope that he did not draw another Brazen Borrower. If he did, we're gonna feel bad. He did not. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. What do we have here? What do we have that just like gets us the game? Can we just get the game without anything? Can we just go like Dorat? No, Unsummon definitely gets us the game now. Yeah, Unsummon. Unsummon for the win. Unsummon FTW. GG's Team Iraq. Not Team Iraq. Team Adventures. Ugh, I hate that Team Iraq deck. Team Iraq. What is this Team Iraq madness? What deck do you speak of? Alright, that's a quick 2 wins with this deck. This is probably the best deck to rank up with. I'm not gonna lie. This is most likely the best deck to rank up with. So, yes, I definitely advise playing this deck. If you're trying to rank up quick for cheap, this is the deck to do it. Like, cheap deck, easy games. You know, like it's just, it's like, it's very thoughtless. I mean, no, not really, not at all actually. I think it's actually quite thoughtful, but it's, the deck does require a lot of brain power, kind of. It requires, I don't know, it requires a medium amount. It's like an aggro deck, but with some brain to it. You have to go over, you know, all of your strategies. God dang it. Dang it. So die. Taking out the entity is what they usually do, because they can always just kill the Arcanist, but entity is very hard for them to deal with because its CMC is 5. So especially in game 1 when they only have eliminate, they can't really deal with like a 5 toughness. I mean a 5, yeah. Oh, Heartless Act into the graveyard. Interesting. Eliminate doesn't really deal with entity, and I hope he doesn't notice that. All right. Well, we're losing Aethergust here. And we're letting him to continue to see our hand, but doing that allows, how perfect is that? That is amazingly perfect. We will shock the Scoos. He has no lands. Ooh, I just realized he has no lands. Alright, well, we'll opt here. Yeah, we don't really need another red source entity before we can't anymore. Don't need any lands, I don't think. Pass. Alright, well, if he's sitting here with only 2 lands and a bunch of, like, I don't know, Thought Erasers and stuff, like, I'm doing fine. That's why he bought him that Heartless Act. Leaves a land on top. He probably has like an arrow or something. Oh, tap land. Ooh, greedy. This man is greedy. This man is very greedy. Nah, we can't get that to work. We'll play this tapped. We'll swing. Didn't we scry like so many lands to the bottom? How did we still get in this position? How many lands do you have in the bottom of our deck? Like 3 or 4? 3, okay. 7 lands, and this is actually about normal for a 20 land deck. 1 in every 3. Oh, actually, no, it's not. We shouldn't be finding any more lands for a little bit. This can get eliminated, though, by the way. Okay, there's a land. Get rid of it. Thank you. Be gone. I'm definitely going to go for the Crash Through here, but I don't think I want to go for like Sandwich Sprint until I see him tap out. Doesn't matter. Okay. Aethergust is quite nice to hold up. We might just want to unsummon something. He doesn't have Growth Spiral, that's for sure. Ooh. We can, ooh, maybe it was better just to not go for that last one. So we could have got this guy back. Do we want to unsummon it and then have to play it back? We can, ooh, it's going to be a challenge to, hello, my dog is staring at me through the window. Okay, sorry. Okay, if we bounce this back to our hand with the unsummon, then it'll be a challenge to actually get this entity to come back onto the battlefield with this hand, and we got 4 lands on the bottom. I'm gonna actually let this resolve here. You think you'd want to unsummon, but I don't want to, just because like it's relying too heavily on us drawing, you know, whatever. And if he's continuing to just not have anything, and now we're actually feeling bad. Like, we would have drawn an unsummon, it wouldn't have done anything. Now we're sitting here and we cannot keep trading like this. He has so many spells in his hand. Like, as soon as he gets the mana, we're gonna get trashed, and that is really bad. Didn't I scratch at the bottom? I did scratch at the bottom. Why? Like, this can't be. We need to go. He has a lot of lands in his deck. It's kind of obnoxious. Nice, bro. I'm actually sorry for you, kind of. Not really. I hate your deck. Discards Uro to hand size. Now that is next level gaming. Alright, we'll animate our riddle form. Shock is a nice way of animating the riddle form again. Samut Sprint. Oh, he has. Oh. That's a big sad. All the removal spells for the opponent. No lands, but a whole lot of removal spells. We will bounce. Decline. Come back. We really need to keep putting out answers. Like, we need to continue to have. Also, there's a bunch of tap land. Oh, there's a land. Oh my god. What did he just discard? Oh no, he didn't have to because he had the eliminate. Yeah, this is getting a little absurd. I'm sorry, but we'll go for shock. Animate the riddle form. Swing. And a turn. Alright, we have 2 unsummons, which are completely useless right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. How Sultai, I'm actually like I feel your pain. 5 mana for a storming entity next turn, by the way. Just hard cast a storming entity. Discards Casualties of War to hand size. We go storming entity. Okay, with the Dorat. No, I don't even think so. No, I think we still need just like a spell. Though if we just go bounce entity and no, that's a waste of time. What am I saying? Oh, we can actually just bounce entity, cast entity again after we deal damage, just for the scry. You might as well at this point. What the heck else are we doing? Decline. Like, oh, and he's back. Good scries. We want this, and we want this, and this lets us draw into it. So we'll do that. All right, sounds good. Sounds amazing. He now has 3 mana. Oh no! Did he draw 4th land? Ooh, okay, nice. Had a shock for it though. Okay. This is odd, right? So we go bounce. We played that win. Okay. It's game though. Good game, bro. GG's, broskies. GG's, Botan. Oh, we also have Royal Signs to go +2/+0 on our Spectral Sailor, but that was some really bad luck on our opponent's sake. Like, I've never seen a deck draw that garbage. Okay, we want to get rid of the unsummons. They're really, they're really bad against this guy's deck, and we take our Ether Gust on draw just because, like, we don't really want it. Another creature, just to keep the aggro going. And yeah, this is what we want to be doing. Is we, even on the draw, we can most likely still out aggro them as long as we have like a key miscast or a negate or miscast. I mean, just to take out like a casualties or something big, or like maybe an eliminate or something. Sort of Dorat sticks. This is definitely a keepable hand. I don't need to play a temple here. That's going to be my 4th land. I don't really need a 4th land, to be totally honest. Next turn I go Dorat into like shock entity. Like, Spectral Center. I almost forgot to do that. That would have been Pretty bad. Okay. Swing for 2. Big damage. Big damage. As long as our Dorat sticks, now we have a miscast, so gonna feel pretty good if we untap with our Dorat. Shock. Shakalaka. Shakalaka, laka, 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 shakalaka, laka, laka. Shakalaka. Combat, swing with the boyos. Yeah, mystical dispute maybe? No opponent? Ah, he's cycle. Ooh, big scary. With that trade and Dora being even, we're gonna play Entity because it's odd. So we can only kill 1 with an event. He wouldn't be 2 for winning. I don't want this. I think this is fine. No, second miscast is not really what we need in this position. Actually might be, but right now I think we just, as long as we don't get an event, as long as we don't like get double kill spelled here, we're feeling pretty good. Hydra Crystal too. He doesn't have a kill spell. And then happens we get that crash through on top. We're not gonna scry before. If we draw a land, then we can do both of these. So I rather like that. Okay, let's swing. We can crash through instant speed, so we didn't have like a positional advantage. An advantage type situation there, but we are doing very, very good right here. We have Dread Darkness to get back shock. We had miscast counter, whatever he does. And this is Izzet aggro, ladies and gentlemen, doing its best. There's almost 0 chance of him winning here. Yeah, this is it, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents. He's gonna dig for a removal spell. It's gonna get countered, and he's gonna have nowhere to go, or not. We will miscast, and that is a game. That is a wrap. Ladies and gentlemen, we just 2-0'd Sultai on the draw, out aggroing them when they actually had lands this time. Hear me out, they had lands. They had an Eliminate, a Narset, a Hydroid Crisis, and a Scooz, and we just killed them super fast. Like, boom. This is good. This deck is good. Play this deck. If you haven't, this is the end of the video and the stream today, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching my video or watching my stream. If you haven't already, subscribe to me in one of the top corners of the channel. One of the top corners of the channel. It will be in one of these, probably the right one. And then there'll be some videos here or in the other corner opposite of the subscribe. Don't forget to check those out. Leave some likes, comments. If you ever need help with anything, like building a deck or just ideas for a deck or just gameplay in general, don't feel shy. Hit me up. I'm so glad to help you guys. Gives me something to do besides school and streaming. So I would love for you guys to come and share your ideas or ask for help. But yeah, sorry for talking over and over again or saying the same thing over and over again, over and over and over and over. But I'm gonna skedaddle now. Bye guys. I hope you guys enjoy.